it to me like.
Hey, 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 hey. Ooh. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Ooh. Hey, 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 hey. Wake up, every day feels boring. The same thing, routine in the morning. Grew up too fast without warning. And when it rains, it's pouring. I got dreams, big dreams. I wanna do big things, but I just can't seem to put it all together. I just wanna be seen. I'm jumping ship, I'ma dive in. Middle of the ocean, swimming till I find it. I see an island, out ahead, filled with things that I've wanted since I was a kid. Swim to it.
All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know a lot of people aren't here yet. What's up, Cindy? Hey, who knows? Wilhelmina in the house. Speak truth with love. Everyone else that's lurking. So today is a little different than normal. I have a guest with me today. This is true OG drama shit. And I was a little confused on some of the stuff that has been going around, that has been said. So I wanted to bring CYN up to explain it and go over a couple things. So if you're not familiar with CYN, welcome. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And
I can't believe I'm up here with you, but yeah, it's it's great.
I'm telling you, I'm not as bad as everyone says I was.
Well, listen, I'm not as bad as everyone says I am either. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
So one thing we share in common.
Go ahead. You can go ahead and finish whatever you need to say.
Okay. One thing we share in common is people lying about us.
Yes.
And one thing we share in common is Dumb and Dumber, talking shit, or I call them the gruesome twosome. And it turns out that all the shit that they spew about how they're this and they're that, and they would never do this and they would never do that. It's all a bunch of bullshit. And that's been proven slowly but surely.
You're right.
Yes. Not, just so everyone knows, this is not a hate stream. This is not, oh my God, Wendy and Randy, you're the worst people in the world. This is more about disproving a lie. This is, or proving that someone lied, either way, that people, and this kind of transcends into every community. People that want to claim they're the righteous do-gooders and that everyone that doesn't fall in line with them are not do-gooders and they're the bad ones is really only a deflection of what they don't want people to know. Where'd CYN go? What they don't want people to know. And the fact that Wendy and Randy were like the original righteous do-gooders, to see what has transpired is kind of like, whoa, like, really? So I can't do this without CYN. I don't know where she went. I don't know what happened. She was doing good. And then boom, she dropped. So, hey, cats and kittens. Hey, Chainsaw. Hey, Ash. So while I'm waiting for, there she is. What happened?
I don't know. It just fell out. It was, I believe, I'm not sure what happened, to be honest. So I'm just not touching anything and being still. So, sorry.
I was like, you're doing so good. Now, let me also put a disclaimer for those of you that are here that know the whole scenario and know everything that's happened. I am not one of them. I don't know everything that went down. there's a lot of stuff that I'm clueless on that you guys, like someone like Ash might be like, how the fuck do you not know? I don't follow any of this anymore. Like I haven't followed it in a long time. Maybe I should, because this community was a lot saner than the new drama community. So maybe I should go back to my roots. But so I'm going to be asking CYN questions that I truly just do not know. And I don't know how this transpired. So for those of you that are like me and you don't really know what transpired and you're just kind of curious, that you're going to learn as much as I do, as you know, as well as I do. So while we're waiting, before I get started, a couple of things. One, make sure you check out candles at energycandles.com, ENERGIE, best candles you're ever going to find. Secondly, if you want to get on the super chat ticker, you just go ahead and drop a super chat. You mods will be dropping links, hopefully. If not, I'll be dropping links because I need new mods to drop links. I'm just kidding, mods. All right, so let's get to it. First things first.
Okay. Yes.
Give us a background. Like, how did you and Randy used to be diehard friends? You and Randy were, it was like Diane and Wendy and then CYN and Randy. That's just the way it is.
Yes.
So let's start at the beginning. What went wrong? How did this blow up? Like, how did you guys end up hating each other?
Number one, I don't really hate Randy. I don't hate Randy. I mean, I don't feel anything for Randy at this point. I mean, it's just a numb feeling. What happened was I pulled back financially after, I had been doing a lot financially for Randy, and I pulled back. When I pulled back and I was disagreeing with her about some things on her channel, we were arguing about a few things on her channel. I pulled back. It wasn't 2 weeks later, she threw me under the bus, saying I was a troll account, many troll accounts, not one, many. I was not those troll accounts. I don't care. I would say if I was not. They say they've proven that. They haven't proven anything. They have not proven anything on that. They went on a few days later to talking about my son who is ill, drag him, drag me, drag my husband, drag my other son, bring up who might be his father, who might not be his father. The whole deal she spilled out within a couple of days of us being sisters. Now, that told me right away that Randy doesn't feel the same way about me as I did about her this whole time. That's how it played out, and I was in shock by the whole thing. I could not believe what I was seeing and hearing, and it went on for days and days and months with this. They have no proof of anything. Randy contacted my son. My son was like, he told me, he said, Mom, I didn't know what to say to her. I just said, I don't know what you're talking about, and I'll talk to my family about this. Randy was a stranger to him. He knew of Randy, but he did not know Randy, had never spoken to Randy. And Randy lied about that and said they had been friends and spoken. It was bullshit. That was a bullshit lie. She contacted my son. He was at work, wanted his phone number, all kinds of stuff. It was insanity. I couldn't believe what was happening. I could not believe it. It was CYN has stopped giving me money. CYN has stopped being loyal to me. So she's going under the bus. And she's going to have to do a good job of putting me under that bus because I was popular in her streams and popular in the community. Now, I'm not saying that to blow, to make it sound like I was this huge. I had friends. I had people I loved and cared about. She wanted to make sure that was over and I never showed my face again. That was the goal here. I didn't let that happen, though. People pulled me back in. I tried everything I could to fix this so that not to be friends with her again, but it wasn't right what she had done to me. And y'all heard the things that she said and done and the dragging and what went on. Y'all heard that. That was, I was in shock by it. And so then it just goes on and on and on, and I'm gone for a few minutes actually. And we get to a live that I didn't watch because I don't watch her lives. I don't want to hear her voice. That's the reason I don't watch. She comes out, and this is one of the main reasons I am back right now. She comes out and she says, I made up a story about her husband and one of her daughters, and there was a abuse story there that I made it up, and I was going to come out and tell everybody. Okay? I did not make that story up. She lied. She lied for pity, for views, for money. She lied about this. She had told this story to someone else, and that was Diane. Diane, that was between me and her. I told Diane this story. I had never told anyone this story. And I'm going to tell the story in a minute that she told me, but I'm telling you how it got out. Diane went and told Randy that I had this story. When she had told Diane the story the whole time, Diane knew.
All right, before
Diane knows now.
Sorry, hold on. Before you get to the story, Wendy, no, I keep saying Wendy. I apologize. Randy has a husband. Like,
yes,
a single mom, that would be me. Raise all 3 kids alone. Have my own house, my own cars. Like, I do everything for my kids. There's no father involved. There's no financial support. There's no parents. It's me and my kids. And it's been like that for years. That's a single mom.
Yes.
Randy has grown kids and she has a husband. Why were you financially? I never understood this. Why were you financially supporting Randy? What
it wasn't like I was like, paying all the bills and paying all that. I thought they were struggling because Randy had quit her job. That's what I was told. They were struggling. So that's when when Randy quit her job, that's when all that started in. And I started sending the groceries every week and all that kind of thing. That's when that started in.
Oh, okay. It wasn't when she was working.
No, I did things for her when she was working, but it was gifts for a friend that I loved. It was things that I did for her, and the groceries were too. But she lied to me. I don't believe she needed my help the whole time. I believe it was a lie. I think she took advantage of. I showed receipts. I don't know if you saw that, but I showed receipts for $8,000 worth. I couldn't go back on the Kroger app and get all the rest of the receipts, but I did show $8,000 worth of receipts to her house for groceries only. That's only groceries. So there's that.
But you were sending groceries to her kids?
No, they were to her. She lied about that. They were not. I sent groceries for her children one time. The rest of the time were for her. She's lied about that too. They were not for her children. One time, after one of them had a child, I sent some groceries. And I loved doing that. I enjoyed it. But I was being taken advantage of and I didn't know it.
Okay. Now, one thing I want to address in Chat Vista, some of this is old news, but my crowd isn't Randy and Wendy's only crowd. So a lot of my people have no idea what's going on. They've only heard the names. So that's why I'm backtracking and we're kind of just going through it. That's why. So everyone understands.
Yeah, the story. So
how it all began, where it started.
Yeah. So we're at where Randy has lied and told everybody I made up this horrible story about Jim. This is the main storyline today that I need to get across. Yeah. Randy lied to me, made up this horrible story about her husband and her daughter, and wanted me to send $2,500 to her for a lawyer because she was going to stand by Jim and she wanted to silence her daughter and she didn't want it to get out in public there. That's what the money was for. That's what she wanted. 2 days later, they were all sitting at Shoney's laughing and eating. Nothing had happened. And I said, Randy, what are you talking about? I don't understand this. You just told me a horrible story about, but they're all together eating? No. She lied.
Okay, two questions. Hold on, two questions. One, how much money was sent prior to her asking for this 2,500?
I don't know. It was a lot.
Approximate.
I have probably with the groceries, it's close. It's getting 17, 18, 19,000, I guess, and everything that I did for her.
Okay. So you had already sent her close to $20,000
No,
by
it
the
was
time she
most of
asked.
it was groceries. Most of this was groceries. Let's get that straight. I would say probably 13,000 in groceries altogether.
13,000 in groceries over
Yeah,
how long?
a year and a half, two, something like that.
That's about 1,000 a month.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Sin, I need you in my life. Jeez. um, that's crazy though.
Yeah.
The fact that she would even ask you is insane.
Well, for the $2,500 is what she asked for, and you know, when she was telling me the story, I was like, this is not true. I knew Jim, and even though he has come on here and said, you know, some things about me, I didn't believe it. And you know, from knowing things I knew about him and stuff, I just didn't believe that at all. She was lying. And then, you know, she comes out, and I had told Diane this story in private, in a DM, private. Hadn't told anybody all this time this story. As soon as I left this last time, Diane goes right to Randy and tells her. My private conversation goes and tells her. And Randy goes live with it saying that I made the story up. And Diane has been told the same exact story about Randy. And I put that on my community post. Can you put that up on the screen?
The onewen one?
No, it's my community post.
Yeah.
You might have to get it out of the Discord. It's in the Discord.
Is it in the welcome room?
Yeah. It's under Steph.
Okay.
There.
The one with Diane?
Yeah.
No, hold on. That one?
Hang on. Yep, that's it.
Okay.
That one right there. I can't see it because my eyes are so bad, but you can see where she's asking me, how did you know I knew the same story that you did?
Yeah, Diane said, I personally think it's not a good story to tell, even though she lied about your son. You can say she came to you for the money without saying what it was for. So then you said, yeah, I'm thinking the same. It's a horrible story. So then Diane says, hi, CYN, I need to ask you a question. How did you find out that Randy has told me the same story as you about Jim and Steph? I mean, I only told that to a couple of people.
Yeah. So Diane was never willing to come out and say she knew the same story. She wouldn't. I don't understand it, why she wouldn't, but she wouldn't. And she was told the same story that Randy told me. And I did not make that story up. I did not lie about something like that. That is something I would never do to Jim or Randy's children. I cared for them. I would never do that. I mean, hell, I even made sure Jim had his favorite snack foods and lunch money. I mean, not lunch money, lunch to take to work every week. I made sure of that myself. I'm the one that did the ordering for their Kroger deliveries, and I made sure that Jim had his favorite stuff for lunch and snack or whatever. So I would never do that to him, and I certainly wouldn't do it to her children. And that was the main goal and issue that I needed everyone. I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you never believe a word I say. This right here is the honest to God truth hand on Bible.
See, but here's the thing. Diane says right there that CYN told her, I'm sorry, that Randy told her the same story. So
Yes.
why is Randy denying it? That's two people.
I don't know, because she's got to. She's got to. She's got to deny it.
But the way Diane even asked, it's not like she said, "Ooh, here's the dirt," but like she genuinely asks you, "How did you know that it was that Randy told me the same story?"
Exactly.
It's as innocent as can be. Like she's not.
No. No.
So
And
that,
I hate showing this, but Diane will not get on a live stream or do it on a her community post and say, I know the same story. This is the only way I could get it out that she knows the same story. Even though she's told a lot of people that will back me, and they did yesterday, in the chat. They've heard it too. They've heard her tell the story and say, yeah, I know the same story. So, I mean, I don't know why, Randy decided to put that on me to say that I made a 6 story up like that. I guess I don't know why she felt like she had to, because, I had only told one single person this story. One. And she took it live.
I want to address someone, one of Randy's
Okay.
kissers. Audrey Hartburn says, "You're absolutely disgusting for putting this story out. Truth or not, disgusting." Audrey, let me explain something to you. You go have people lie about you, destroy your reputation, say all these horrible things about you when it's all a lie. Somebody trying to use you for money and blah, blah, blah. Should that not come out? Should you just take it up the ass a million times over and just let people run and lie? The weirdo and what's disgusting is people like you that kiss Randy and Wendy's ass when they're a bunch of fucking frauds and phonies. That's what's vile and disgusting. Just saying. But I'll digress. Go on, Sam.
Randy, let me say it again. Randy is the one that brought this out, not me. She's the disgusting one. She brought it forward. She brought it public. She decided to put it on a public platform and out her husband and child. So don't you come in here telling me I'm disgusting. You go visit Randy. That's the disgusting one. Sorry.
It's okay. So another thing I want to point out here. Hold on. The righteous do-gooder. Okay. One of the righteous do-gooders in a moment. Nope. All right, here it is. So onewen, who is one of the righteous do-gooders, who thinks that her shit doesn't stink and is really, try to portray herself in the community as she's just the perfect Christian. And she's just such a perfect Christian that she does nothing wrong. And then we see this. She posted yesterday, "I wanted to do this peacefully." I'm sorry.
No, wait just a minute. This Truth posted it. Yeah, that was a DM between me and Randy. I mean, me and Wendy. Yeah.
Yeah. Tracy had posted this. Wendy wrote, "I wanted to do this peacefully, but you just can't stop. So I will make you if I have to." Are you going to sit on her, Wendy? "I'll tell them about Larry. I honestly have no idea who Larry is.
I'll explain that to you in a second.
All right. I'll show them the sick pictures of your son that prove nothing. I'll show them where you ran back to Diane and lied, that you showed me proof of any lie Randy told. When you know you didn't, I'll show it all. Not to mention the text messages we have found over the years, because most people look through fucking text messages over the years, proving what a nasty person you are to all your new favorite people. Don't think I will do it. Don't think I will do it? Bet me. You mean don't think you won't do it? Duh.
Yeah.
And I am like, what? You're going to show text? Isn't this every single thing that you're against? Isn't this every single thing that you literally go against? Wendy, isn't that what you fucking claim? Don't you claim that you absolutely go against everything about showing messages and looking up for shit? Isn't that what you guys do? Isn't that what you always said, Wendy? You're just so fucking perfect? Or am I mistaken? Because last time I remember, you just claimed to be this fucking perfect. So please explain this. CYN.
Yes, what? I couldn't hear you for a second. About Larry?
Yeah.
Larry, and I have not talked about this publicly, that's my ex-husband, my child that is very ill father. It was a domestic abuse situation. That's what she knows it, and that's what she's wanting to out on me. And talk about that. That's what she's wanting to out on me. That's what she's talking about when she brings up Larry. My domestic abuse situation.
But I thought she was so perfect that she would never do anything like this.
Well, there it is, right there in front of you. I mean, that's what the Larry part is about. I asked her not, in talking with her there in the DMs, I asked her, you know, they had been talking about my son. A lot of people, after they did the first live stream about my son, it's talked about all over. And I needed a recant or an apology for that. I told her, I said, you know, number one, he's violent. He's very violent still to this day. And, you know, I need this fixed. Y'all had, you know, really, you know, got it to where the whole community, you know, every time I come in, it's mentioned, or it's mentioned even without me here about my son. So, you know, I said, she said she'd apologize and recant. I thought she was recanting it. I thought they were going to fix it, but they didn't. It was just a simple, sorry for talking about your kid, pretty much. And they have said, sorry, I've talked about your kid a dozen times now, but continue to talk about my children, both of them, talking about who might be the father, who might not. That was just a couple of days ago they did that. No, she did that last night on her live stream, as a matter of fact. Who might be the father, who might not be the father, that kind of thing. Who does that? Who talks like that?
Wendy.
Yeah, she does.
I can think of other.
I mean, I can't believe that, you know, this was everything that they used to stand up for. This is everything they used to be against. And she wants to say, I've got her lying. No, you don't. You haven't proven anything. She's using the things that she's saying that she's proven to just blast me. Randy put out a community post. I don't read them. I don't know about them, but someone told me she's done. She's in a happy place. She's done with sin. Well, be done. I'm glad, but don't that they just went to my TikTok, took pictures and reversed image them and did a live about it. So how is that I'm done with CYN? Fuck out of here.
But see, this is the part that I'm a little confused. Why did this story come up again? Why did this story with Randy come up again?
It came up again because when I came back, I went, you're talking about the one about where she lied and said that.
The 2,500.
Oh, the 2,500 has to do with Jim. And when I come back, I left for a few minutes, and I come back because I want this cleared. I don't want this hanging over my head, people thinking I brought it up myself. I don't want people to think that I made up a story like that about Jim, her husband. I can't have that. I can't leave out of here after all the years that I have spent here. And it's been many. It's like 10 that I have spent here. And, I was well liked. I enjoyed being here. I love some of the people here. And all of a sudden, I'm this huge liar. But I was good for 7 or 8 years, but then all of a sudden, I'm a liar. I've lied about everything. All of a sudden, I'm this bad person. But I wasn't the 8 years that I was with you, right?
Yeah, but
right? It came back because I want to clear my name and tell that someone else knew this story, and Randy's the one that put it out there, not me.
No. But I think everyone's missing one piece. This
Okay.
was discussed previously. This was discussed a while ago. What happened?
It wasn't discussed with me I didn't ever get up here and discuss it about Randy.
But I'm saying, when did this all come up again? And
It came up again last week when they went to my TikTok and reversed imaged it. I came back because it pissed me off. I want to be left alone. And while I'm here, I might as well clear this also. They should not be on my TikTok reverse imaging and going live when I'm not even around. I was over in ATX's stream chatting about chickens.
how do you know they went on your TikTok?
They said somebody sent them my TikTok and they reversed imaged it and then went live about it.
Yesterday.
A couple of days ago.
Okay. So out of the clear blue, hold on. Crystal, let's not forget she also claimed I lied about cancer and I lied about chemo. Let's not forget that part. Sorry, I just got thrown off. So you guys hadn't talked for a while. Everything was okay. You were on Diane's, you left Diane's, everything was honky-dory. Then you're saying that they then went live out of nowhere based on your TikTok. Right? That they just out of the clear blue went to your TikTok. CYN? All right. The 2,500 story came back. CYN mentioned it casually to Diana. Diane ran to Randy and Wendy and got them started up. That's why it's topic again. Thank you, Cosmic. Now that makes sense. CYN. Oh, CYN. All right, I don't know what's up with CYN's sound. So can any of my mods drop membership links, please? Man, I need new mods. Jeez. Yes, this is the Sin that used to be friends with Yarn. I mean with Randy. Hey Shay. Thank you, Jenny. Hey Blue Ridge. All right, all right. Let me see. ATX inserted herself and mentioned she was going once again to see a band that she's lied about previously. So they checked the photo because she's got a rep for faking shit. ATX or thank you, Wilhelmina. ATX is lying or Sin's lying. Thank you so much, Wilhelmina. I gotta add you on the banner.
What am I lying about?
I don't
What
know.
am I lying about now?
I don't know if she's talking about ATX. Hold on. I was gonna add Wilhelmina.
Well, ATX has been good to me. Either way, really good to me. So.
All right, hold on. Wilhelmina, I totally spelled your name wrong. How do you spell Wilhelmina?
Hey.
Hey. How do you spell Wilhelmina?
Hey, let me figure out some.
Ouch. That didn't sound good. Oh, got it. Membership. All right, add it on the board. Back to comments. All right. Blue Ridge, are we discussing, is your comment for ATX or is your comment for Sin?
Okay, I think I have it fixed where I was getting multiple calls. I was getting multiple calls from a no caller ID. They're trying to stop this stream. So I think I've got it fixed now. So they can't do that. How?
Chainsaw my mods are. They just sometimes need a little reminder. My comment is for me about the lady on panel. Oh, about Sin. All right. But ATX inserted herself and mentioned, that you were going to see a band in previous slides. So they checked the photo because she's got a rep for faking shit. Okay. No, you're not, Yarn. Jenny's my PayPal girl. Jenny was always dropping PayPal link. She's on point. I know, right, Crystal? I'd be in trouble. Crystal's like the not the busybody. She's the gossiper. She welcomes everyone, talks to everyone. Yarn keeps me on my toes. Every mod's got their own niche. Why do people need to check to make sure she's going to a concert or not? That's strange. I agree with that too. Especially since they're the righteous do-gooders. Gossip girl. Now, see, my mods are good though because they know I watch my chat. So, I could see everything. Blue Ridge, do you want a link? Blue Ridge, you watching the videos of Karma? How cute is she? She's all up in my business. Oh, Blue Ridge. But you're so calm and sweet. All right. You there?
Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes. Now
Okay. I was getting multiple phone calls from an no caller ID over and over and over again. They're trying to stop this stream. So I finally got it fixed so they can't call in. So
okay, good.
they were trying their best to, though. I'm sure it's Randy and Wendy and a couple of others, but for sure Randy, I'm sure. So I mean there were like 15 of those calls, so they knew what they were doing.
So what
But
happened? One thing that we missed is how did all this come up again?
okay, well, this is how it came up again. I went into ATX's stream a few days ago with her and Sean.
Okay.
I did a PayPal to them. Randy has asked me back in December, never be friends with ATX, please. That was one of the things she asked me. Well, I was already, talking to.
Okay. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Put it on Do Not Disturb.
It is. And they're still, how can they still call in?
I don't know.
But they are. And I'm not sure what to do about that. But I was in ATX's chat, sent a PayPal. Randy went nuts. They went over to my TikTok, took pictures from there, reversed image them, and went live about it. That's why I'm back. And why I'm here, I wanted to clear the gym thing. That's all. To make sure that people knew Randy took it live. Randy lied.
Damn, look at this. They're trying to fucking keep her from talking. Just for the record, CYN didn't come running to me. We're in a Discord together. And I said, if you want to talk about the gruesome twosome and you want a platform to do it, I'm more than welcome to host it. So don't think CYN came running to me like, oh my God, I need to go on Laura's just to piss them off. It wasn't like that at all. But I know that the gruesome twosome over there would think that, it's all about them. No, I actually asked CYN. Randy is desperate at this point. I agree. At this point, though, Cosmic, come on. She's always fucking desperate. She's always been desperate. They're trying to silence her. That says a lot. Lola, I totally agree with that. That's why I'm like, what the fuck? Just let the woman talk. Like, what are they so fucking afraid of? It's weird. Hey, Marie. Yeah, she's been desperate since birth. I agree. Yeah, Diane confirmed it. I'll show it again. Hold on. All right. Well, I personally think it's not a good story to tell, even though she lied about your son. You can say she came for you for the money without saying what it was for. CYN said, yeah, I'm thinking the same. It's a horrible story. That was on March 4th. This was text exchange on March 4th. On July 13th, which would be two days ago, Diane comes to CYN and says, "Hey, CYN, I need to ask you a question. How did you find out that Randy has told me the same story as you about Jim and Steph?" That right there tells everybody. I mean, it's not rocket science. That right there is saying that Randy told Diane, Randy told Diane the same story. So she also went to Diane for $2,500. Or maybe she went to Diane for more or less. I don't know. But under no circumstances would there be any reason why Diane would say that to CYN unless it was true. There's just no other possible reasoning. Like, there's no reason for Diane to say that to what's her name? To CYN if it wasn't true. You know what I mean? Why else would Diane say that? It's obviously true. Yeah, Diane is confirming it. Exactly. Randy made up the whole story for money. Not that the story is true. She lied about her husband, just to be clear. I think the whole thing is sick. But the message, Jenny, don't confuse that. The message doesn't confirm the story is true. Diane confirms that Randy told both of them the same story. That's the difference. I don't want anyone to get confused on that. From what I understand, right, Randy and Wendy are running around saying how CYN lied about this and CYN lied about that and CYN lied about this. And let me tell you, even if CYN is a liar, even if CYN exaggerated, made up shit, blah, 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 even liars can tell the truth. You got to remember that. Just because one person may lie about one thing doesn't mean they lie about everything, and vice versa.
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, now I can.
They're not going to allow me to talk. I've got 20 phone calls from them. I don't know how they're getting through. I've got everything turned off, but there's a reason they're not wanting me to speak. It's obvious. You know, really obvious. I don't know how they're getting through on my phone, but they are. Good job, Randy. Good job. Anyway, what I wanted to say is just that, you know, show where, especially about this one, this lie was big. That's a big lie. That's a big lie to put on someone, on my shoulders, that I made that story up about her family. I had to prove that, and I just had to. And, you know, that was the point of coming on your live. You didn't ask me to. As a matter of fact, it was kind of a thrown out there, and we decided to do it. I haven't, you know, it wasn't, it's just, I needed someone to show this, and let's get this done, because I'm at the point now where, you know, her threatening to show my son and this and that, it's fine. It's done for me. You know what I mean? I mean, you get to a point where your son and your husband and all that's been talked about, but, you know, I had to come back on this one because it's such a horrible thing to put on someone's shoulders, a horrible, you know, story to tell, that I made up a story about her husband, you know, and abuse. I would never do that. Not in 100 years would I do that.
That's what I was going to ask you next, because that's where I was a little lost too. So Randy and Wendy was saying that you made up this entire story. That's what they were saying the other day?
Yes. Yes.
Right.
I made up the entire story, just made it up and threw, you know, I guess they thought I was going to throw it out there or something. Randy's the one that put it out there, not me.
Okay.
And I didn't make the story up because Randy told the story to someone else.
That's
The
what I'm
Diane.
getting at.
Yeah.
What
Yep.
made Diane tell you that 2 days ago?
Someone had texted me back in April that Diane had been told the same story. I was in the middle of doing some things with my son that is sick. I'm sick myself. I could not handle any more pressure coming back and trying to fix this at that point. Um, I have more time now, a little bit here and there, and decided to come back after they got on my TikTok and just let's do this. So Diane knew for a while. She just is not willing to, I guess, stand up for me, or she's not willing to, do it publicly anyway. So, yeah, she's just not.
Which makes me question the validity of the actual story.
I don't believe the story for a second. Randy made the story up to get money from me. I never believed the story for 1 second that Jim would do that. No, not for a minute.
How did you find out that she told Diane the same story?
I got a text from a friend who was sitting and talking with some of them and Diane. And she just texted me, and one of them said, CYN needs to know this. And she texted me and told me. That's how I found out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
why do you think Randy would deny it all this time later?
Well, I mean, look at the story she made up. That's a big story. Who's going to come out and say? She's never going to say, hey, yeah, I made that story up. I mean, she's not. She's not going to admit to this. I just needed people to understand where it came from. She's not going to, she denied it last night. And that's another reason why I decided to go ahead and post this today. She's denying it. She's going to still deny it. But how can she now? But she will. She will. So.
Does Diane still talk to Randy?
I really can't. I don't want to say that. That's Diane can come in and say if she wants to, but I mean, I don't want to really, say that. Talk about that if she is or if she isn't, which pretty much tells you what the answer is.
So why do you think Randy no. You there?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of still trying to understand why Randy dragged this all up again.
Randy didn't drag this all up again. I did. I dragged this story up again when I came back. Came back talking about them going and getting my TikToks a couple of days ago. So I thought, while I'm here, I'm addressing this subject because I want it out that Diane knows the same story. So, I brought it up. She didn't. I did. Because I need to get this off my shoulders. I'm not going out of this community like that with that on my shoulders.
And what's this stuff about onewen having a secret relationship with a girl and won't tell anyone she's a lesbian?
Well, she does.
I heard about that.
She had a relationship with one that actually I loved very dearly and cared about. And she, it was a back and forth thing. One of them caught feelings and was crushed by Wendy at the end of it all, who said, hey, I'm not gay. I'm not a lesbian. And so the other person was crushed. And it's not the first time this has happened.
But I've always known onewen's in love with me, so I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked at all. All right. So one thing I want to go through, I want to go over. Is there any highlights in there in onewen's live worth watching?
Are you there?
Hey,
Hey, they're calling again. So,
you know it's them?
yeah, they're. Well, who else would be calling me 30 times on a caller ID besides them at this
True.
point? And what we're talking about, I've never gotten phone calls like that before. Never. It's them.
Is there anything in Wendy's live yesterday that is worth going through?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to talk about the Facebook thing and the Jonice stuff real fast. That's true. Me and Randy were on a phone call together. We both made up a fake account, and I think both of them were named Tabitha because Randy has a friend that she hates named Tabitha. And we went and we looked. This has been 2 years ago, maybe. We went and looked at Jonice's Facebook page because Randy didn't think she had cancer. And there was really nothing there that, it was before she started really, showing and getting bad, from cancer. And there was nothing there. And so we did that. And that's something I'm not proud of. Jonice got in touch with me a few months ago. I told her about this. She didn't ask me any questions. She just said, I forgive you. Don't worry. And she was gracious enough to forgive me. But it was me and Randy at the same time doing it. Randy wants to pretend she wasn't, but she was. It was her. Why would I be doing it on my own? I wouldn't. It was me and her together. There was a thing they showed that I looked up, wanted information on Truth or Tracy, and that information was about getting a picture a certain picture Randy wanted, one that we had both seen before on here, but she couldn't find it, and she wanted me to find it. That was what that was about. So I don't know what all else, the Jonice thing bothered me for so long, but me and Jonice, we went, we didn't talk. It was in messaging that we did this, but I mean, she forgave me. We spoke about a few things. It was long, lengthy, and she was just a sweet, gracious woman to me, and that really humbled me. I really appreciated it. I really did.
Okay, so let me show, and this was from, there's no date on it, but this is what I was given. CYN and Randy were in a conversation. CYN said, it doesn't say a darn thing, but her husband's name and her age, but I did make a new Facebook account. I don't see anything about cancer, any pics with her being bald, not even on her a mother-in-law's pics, but I'll log back into that account tomorrow and look through her friends and see what I can find. Something doesn't sit right with her.
Yeah, that's true.
She's not sick. I don't believe it. Wild one, something, bless his heart. He drives me insane. You can't have a convo in there anymore. Randy says, going live. Said, okay. Wendy, going with you? Said, okay, I think so. Now, let me just state. Yeah. I don't care what went on back then.
Right. I mean,
the point that I want to make is that when onewen was the first one to always fucking come on me. Oh my God, you can't look up someone's Facebook. You're the worst motherfucker in the world, Laura. Not in those words, but you're the worst person in the world. How dare you look up someone's Facebook? How dare you do this? Blah, 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 blah. Thank you, Wilhelmina. Thank you so much.
I admitted to Jonice about all this. It was something I'm not proud of. It was ugly. It was gross, and I did it, and I apologized, to her, and but it wasn't just me. It was them too, or it was Randy too. Wendy didn't have a part of it, or she wasn't, on the phone with us that night.
But
Who is this from? Is this from me and Randy, or I don't know.
This is all the shit that fucking onewen used to come on me about, and now all of a sudden Randy's doing it, and onewen doesn't have a problem with it.
No.
Onewen, I've never even heard this before. Onewen, you're a fake ass fucking bitch. All right. Now
They want to keep putting stuff out. I mean, they can. I mean, I did a lot of things in my past that I'm not proud of with in regards to Randy. I mean, I did. We were in the drama community. It got ugly, and I did some ugly things. I'm not proud of that. I'm not. If I had to do it again, I wouldn't, but I did. And anything I need to apologize for and look at, I will. I have no problem admitting when I've done something, and I did it. But Randy did it too. So, and that doesn't make it right for me, but she did it too.
All right. Let's turn into the live and see what is.
I didn't watch it, so.
All right. Oh, you haven't watched this?
I'm not watching it. I don't watch anything they do.
As apparently is the case. Thank you that you actually love me.
Bitch.
Anyway, are you here, Randy?
I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here. Hey, y'all. Listen, we already told this too. I had a little stomach virus this morning, so I'm not going to be fun.
Translation, I have a stomach ache, money, 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 give me money, money, money. That's the translation.
Are we watching this whole live? Is that what we're doing?
No, I'm kind of skimming through it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean,
I may shit my pants.
it
Like
might
that?
Yeah. but I was sick. I was throwing up and everything.
Oh, no, that's terrible. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, good times. Good times.
Good times. Yes, the nerve of that liar. Hey, Rosie Down. Good to see you. Brantley, member for 7 months. Hey, friends. How are you, Brantley? Thank you for being a member for 7 months. I appreciate you. I, too, love you all on my own. Thank you, Cassandra. Member for 15 months. Wow. Nice. Thank you. Oh, I think I can give away memberships, too, can't I?
Yeah.
Let's see if I have any. I'm sure YouTube is like, girl, you don't even bother going live anymore. We don't care. So glad that you're here. Yeah. I'll give 5 more away later in the stream, too, because CYN believes that she thinks she's going to convince people that Randy made up this story. Nobody has any proof, of course, because it's a big lie. She doubled down on it again today. And Randy, I agree with you. If you think that story is true, then just stay the fuck away. There's no reason to even bother trying to convince you. If you're not interested in looking for any proof or getting any facts, then you're not our people. Deb A, member for 35 months. Love you both. Thank you, Deb. I'm so glad you don't just tolerate me. Thank you. Charlie, I saw you in there. I saw you got blocked. Yeah, unlike them, I will allow respectful questions in the chat. They do not. They run a hug box. If you ask any questions or, decide that you want to see some proof about something, you get blocked. That's nice. So sorry to everybody. Right, exactly, Batty, 100%. Sorry to everybody that got blocked over there. Sorry, but you are welcome to say what you need to say here. You're allowed to do that. Yeah. Just be respectful, please, and don't attack anybody in the chat. You got to say something nasty to me? Go ahead, that's fine.
Poor Wendy made it private. Poor Wendy. Does anyone have it recorded?
Oh, she made it private.
Private. Poor Wendy.
I wonder Wendy and Randy are sitting somewhere calling me right now, trying to call on a number that they've gotten from somewhere. It's them two sitting somewhere calling me. They don't want me to talk, and it's clear.
Weak move, Randy. Weak move. Oh, you got someone Clipper? All right, hold on. Thank you, Zero. Let's check out Clipper. Why do you never come up? Clipper. I'll just put in Clipper Perplexed. That's how I find you. There you go. All right, Clipper. The Truth Talks one, Miss Wonderful. All right, we got this one.
And about so many things. So
all right, we got 20 minutes worth. The Clipper usually gets the good stuff, so maybe we skip through 3.5 hours for this, little good stuff.
Yeah. I can't take 3.5 hours of their bullshit.
Oh, I can't either. All right.
I'll just put the receipts out, and then she can, change her story again, which is what she always does. Every time Sid gets caught in a lie, some new story comes out.
Okay, like those incoming. There are the screenshots. Diamond Cutter, I love you so much. There's a screenshot put out where you were threatening her. Let's see, domestic violence and disabled child. So you might want to check out her community post.
Oh no, I have those. Yeah, no, I did. I told her that I was going to tell everybody the pack of lies that she told me, including some story that she said about her first husband. He was going to kill her and her children or something, or her husband and her children. She was going to because I.
Oh my God. Wendy is stating that somebody's abuse is not real.
Yep.
Is that what Wendy is stating? That
Yes, it is.
That someone's abuse is not real? Oh my God. Stop the presses.
Said she was lying on the internet. So because I said that she was lying on the internet, this man, I guess the father of her first husband, father of her child, I don't know, is going to kill them. And that's what she was trying to tell me so that I would go live and apologize.
Can you stop it?
And she wanted me to tell everyone.
That's not true. I did say that to her because he's dangerous. He still is. And she wants to talk about his son all over the internet, who we have to be very careful with. And she doesn't care to do that. And I told her that. Now she's brought all this forward in public.
Yeah, her story sounds fake. It does.
It is fake. I told her I want you to recant what you said and apologize about talking about my children. Then that will stop people from talking about it. And I hoped it would die down. You know what I'm saying? And because it's a very real situation, and she wants to make light of that. She wants to make fun of that. She wants to call me a liar. Well, let's see your abuse. Let's see your proof of your abuse, Wendy. You've talked about it many, many times. Let's see the proof. Prove it. Prove it. I think you're lying, Wendy. Give me a break.
Let me just tell you, Sin. If I accuse somebody of lying about being abused, Wendy would be the first one on top of it, freaking out. Oh my God, Laura's the worst person in the world. How could you do this? Then they would bring on people on panel that have been abused. They've done this before. Like, I'm not making this up. They've literally done this before.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Everybody that I've seen pictures of her son being sick. And I didn't get any pictures of her son being sick. Not that I need to see them, but she told me that she wanted me to say that he's dying. And I'm sorry, I don't see any pictures like that. But I said I would apologize for speaking on him, and I was happy to do it. And I did it. And it wasn't good enough. And it was never going to be good enough. She does need to log off.
Can you stop it again?
She does need to log off. She told.
This story is, I showed her pictures of my son, who in fact is very ill. And I showed her pictures so that she might have a heart and see my son and stop talking about him and see who she's been talking about. As a mother, she disrespected what he's going through. Both of them did. She has disrespected his illness and everything that has happened. Both of them have. And everyone needs to see that. That's exactly what's going on here. They want to disrespect me. You go right ahead. They're disrespecting him.
I agree.
Told me this big story about how this man, her abusive ex apparently, was going to come kill her and kill her husband and her children because he watches YouTube apparently, and he sees.
Here's the problem.
He was dangerous.
Here's the problem. Okay, this is my issue. Maybe it is a lie. Who knows? But the point is, she doesn't know if it is or it's not. And the fact that she's just assuming it's a lie is fucked up. Because what if it's not true? Well, I mean, I'm sorry. What if it is
very true? I have a restraining order right now. It's very true.
Is she doesn't know either way. And if it is true, and let's say you were murdered and your kids were murdered, that's blood on her conscience. And if she's not the narcissist that she claims she's not, how are you ever going to live with that you caused this? That's what I don't understand.
Why publicly is she even speaking about, my son anyway, in the first place? The deal is, Randy knows about my domestic abuse. She knows for a fact. And, she's sitting there on the other side of this wacko, going right along with her.
I mean, there's the person in chat will know who I'm referring to because they know it's them. But there's a person in chat who went through horrific abuse with her ex. And I knew about it. And when we had a falling out, can you imagine me going live and saying, oh, I think you're lying and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's fucking crazy to me. Like, there's certain lines you just don't cross.
Exactly.
And just exactly, Blue Ridge. What if it even the slightest risk that it's true? So, Wendy, you are so fucking wrong for this. So wrong.
That I say she's a liar. Hey, Jenna Moon, good to see you, honey. So hell yeah, I'm gonna put that out. Absolutely. I told her that I would. If you want to call that a threat, okay, you can call that a threat. I absolutely stand by it. I love you too, Brenda Hart. Thank you for not just tolerating me. It means the world to me. Thank you. And that's a pack of shit too. CYN didn't just tolerate me. I have messages after messages for years of CYN telling me how much she loves me, that me and Randy are her best friends in the whole world. What would she do without us? I mean, she didn't just tolerate me. That's a lie, CYN. And you know it. I don't know why you continue to lie about stupid things, but you do. So I did. I told her that if she didn't make this right, because what I was told was that, they didn't care. All right, let me start over. Back in March, she asked me if I would go live and tell them to apologize for when we talked about her son, because back when this friendship first went to hell, it wasn't just because of the trolling. Which, truth, by the way, was not blamed on 3 different people. Those accounts have always been different than the Love Shack Sarah accounts. I don't know why you can't keep up with that, but please write it down. They were always thank you next, because CYN told us that thank you next confessed it. Thank you next confessed it. CYN was supposed to be talking to thank you next family.
Can you stop that for a minute?
Thank you next was so out of control.
Shoot.
Thank you next and I have talked about this, and thank you next did, in fact, but it was when, she was not sober. So, that's where that came from. And that's been a while back. All this is so old is the thing.
But that's all they have. That's Wendy trying to destroy your reputation and trying to cater to, oh, look, we're right about this because of this, this, and this. We're right about this because of this, this, and that. That's just what onewen does.
Well, thank you next tonight. It's been a while since we've spoken, but, I talked to her, we were great. Things were great between me and her. Not, and she wants to bring this up and tried to make a big deal with thank you next and all that when we were fine. We are fine. So, yeah.
She's sober now?
Oh, yeah, she's doing good. Really good. Yeah.
Good for her.
And all of these terrible trolls were thank you next. Then come to find out, they're not thank you next at all. They were CYN. They were CYN.
Yeah. Hi, Plarpy.
Then, and that was forgivable.
No,
we even
that's
told her
a lie.
that was forgivable.
No, they have not ever proven that was me. And if it was me, I don't give a damn. I'd say it was. If I was trolling myself and trolling Randy, I'd just say, yeah, it was me. So what?
But
it was not me.
As Tracy said yesterday, have they been right about any trolls they call out? No. Have they been right about anything? No.
No. This is all a BS stream right here because of they knew what was coming. They could feel it. They knew it. I mean, they knew what was coming, and they want to continue to hammer and bully, and it is bullying me into the ground, talking about my children, who might be his father. She continues to do this in this stream, and for her to do that, this shows who they are. And if people can't wake up to that, that's on you because you're just like them. So stay away. But yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Fine, you trolled. Whatever. We can get over that. Thank you, Arsenic Angel. I appreciate that. Hey, Purple.
Yes, thank you. I was tapping it. So.
I don't know, Vicky. I don't know why they can't seem to comprehend it, but they do. They love to try to make it sound like I'm lying about something, which is whatever. Anyway, not only did we find out that she was lying about these troll accounts, but we found out that she was lying about all kinds of things. Mm-hmm. All kinds of things. Things that other mothers in the community comforted her for hours and cried with her on the phone for hours.
Stop that.
And they were
I spoke with about 10 women, maybe 15, that knew the extent of my son's illness. No one stayed up with me late at night crying on the phone, not even Randy. Randy, as a matter of fact, our phone calls were all about her. If we were up late at night talking, it was about her, not about my son. This is a total lie, what she's talking about right here. Now, I had, people close to me, yes, they would talk to me, and we would talk every once in a while during the day. No late night calls, staying up, no crying, no.
How much? All right, I should make a poll. I got a question, guys. How many people, give me a 1 in chat if you think Randy sat on the phone with people crying like a little baby many, many nights. That's what I want to know. Put a 1 in if you think that Wendy has no idea that Randy has done the exact thing she's talking about. Because I think Randy has spent many nights on the phone crying the blues. Just saying.
Yes. It was all about Randy. 99% of our phone calls was about Randy.
I believe
nothing else. That's the truth.
Totally believe that. Hey, Vanessa.
It turned out to be a big fat lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the friendship ended, not because of trolling.
Right.
For fuck's sake, write that down too. My God, I don't know why you.
Yeah, write it down. Have it engraved, and just know that the reason the blow when we went live was much softer.
Before I listen to Randy's rhetoric, I got a question though.
Mm-hmm.
True or false? Wendy had a falling out with you because Randy did.
Yeah.
Okay. So you and Wendy didn't have any major blowout. It's because you and Randy had a fight, and Wendy needed someone to latch on to. And
Wendy was sitting on go to get my place.
Okay. That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Because Wendy can't be by herself. No. Wendy needs a partner. Now, Randy could do it by herself, but onewen needs a partner. So now let's listen to Randy's rhetoric.
After then the blow that was going to happen if Uber went live. There it is.
Right. And that's why you went live with it. And now,
stop it.
We shouldn't have done it.
You know how did Uber know anything at all? She didn't. What she knew came from Randy. And what Randy knew came from contacting my child while he was at work that didn't know her at all. That's how they took that. That's what they ran with. Was something my 27-year-old son, who was working his ass off at work, and she's contacting him, asking him dozens of questions.
Yeah, I can't believe she contacted your son. That's crazy.
Yeah, she did. It is crazy.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, we shouldn't have. So we did. We apologized for it. And we continue to apologize for it. But if you continue to keep going and saying that somehow we're lying about something, then I'm not going to stop. I will speak on it every single time I have to defend myself and defend my friend. Every time, CYN. So if you...
I'm not trying to be an asshole here. I'm really not. But I do have to say this. Wendy, we see the friends that you've defended in the past. We've seen who you go head to head for. Maybe it's you with the wrong people that you're defending. Just saying. No offense to anybody, but just saying. Your group of people that you defend have not always been on point, onewen. Just saying. I just had to say it.
You want me to stop, then shut up. It's really that simple, which is what I told you in our messages. You want this to stop, then shut up. But you can't.
I won't shut
You
up.
can't seem to do that.
Why would she want to make me shut up?
Translation, because Wendy doesn't like anybody who doesn't fall in line with the way she wants things. That's why they hated me in the very, very beginning, because I would not fall in line with fucking Wendy and Diane. That's how it all started.
She knows how to go at me. Wendy can out-talk me. I can tell you that right now. Wendy can be uglier than me. I can tell you that right now. Randy, not so much. Wendy, yeah. She can. And that's the reason she's doing most of the talking right now. Because one thing also, you might catch Randy in a lie. Because Wendy doesn't know all of Randy's lies, but she just did when I posted that earlier. But you know, Wendy doesn't know everything, and she thinks she does, but she doesn't. And you know, that's the thing here. She's up here running her mouth when she doesn't know half of the truth. And she knows none of the truth about me. She even admitted in this live stream she doesn't know my son's medical condition. So how can she be saying I'm lying if she doesn't know? She's a liar.
She's sticking up for her buddy Randy. Hang on.
Yeah, which is okay.
All right. I had to get a drink.
Okay.
Because she's sticking up for her buddy Randy.
Right.
All right, so let's move forward. Hold on, my foot just got caught in a hanger. All right.
And I love it because every time you get on a panel, you say something worse. And I love it because every time we can clip it and prove you to be a liar because you lie. That's all you do is lie. It's fantastic. It works out great for us. So we're going to show it again.
How come everyone's a liar except Randy? Okay.
And we'll show the lies. But yeah, did I threaten her? I don't know that I threatened her children. I threatened to show her lies. Sure did.
No, you threatened to show my children.
I would have covered her children's face.
She threatened to show my children.
She sure did.
I don't put out pictures of children, but I would have shown you that none of those pictures show a sick child. I had to ask somebody who's who. Which one is the sick child? Which one is the healthy child? I saw two strapping young lads, healthy as oxes. I didn't see any sick children.
Oh my God.
Nothing.
She's.
Okay. I'm sorry, but you can't tell if someone is sick from a fucking picture unless they're like dying in a bed.
Did you see the picture of my son that I put in the welcome room today? Go look at it. That's who they're talking about. That's the person she wants to show. That's the person she wants to show everybody. My 33-year-old son on the level of a 3-year-old. That goes to look at that picture if you can find it real fast, and you tell me if he looks well.
But my point is, I can use myself as an example. 6 months ago, I had cancer. You couldn't
Right.
tell looking at me that I had cancer. I mean, now you can because I don't have hair. But you couldn't tell 6 months ago when I had cancer that I had cancer. So
Right.
for her to say that you can tell from a picture that somebody is sick is fucking asinine. Absolutely asinine.
So hell yeah, I was gonna put all that out. Hell yeah. I still might. Fuck you. I still might.
And if the lies keep coming, I can prove every single thing. I just want it to stop. I can prove that I was lied to for years. I can prove it.
Mm-hmm. I
Prove it.
noticed that supposedly you're such a money hungry, terrible friend, and all you want is Sid for her money. But when she offered to pay your taxes, you said no.
Hey,
Hold on.
stop it right there.
Charlie, sadly, you're 100% right. She is a liar. She is a lesbian, but doesn't want to admit it because of her faith. And she was on a scooter. So what part are you missing, Charlie? And Randy talks shit about you. What part are you missing? All right, go on.
Okay. The part, what? Okay, now I lost it. When you started talking to Charlie, I was like, what? What's happening? I forgot what I was going to say here. What did she just say? Can you back it up just a second?
Yeah.
I can prove that I was lied to for years. I can prove it.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that supposedly you're such a money hungry, terrible friend, and all you want is Sid for her money.
The tax thing. I can prove that in December, while I'm sitting on a phone call with her, and we're just talking about some things that was going on. Out of the blue, I get a text, and it's her tax letter that she just sent me out of the blue. And I was like, "What is it?" I didn't even know what it was. I was like, "It's a bill. What is?" I have not shown that because that's personal stuff. But she did. She sent me her tax thing out of the blue when we're having a conversation in December. She wanted to remind me her taxes were due after everything she's done.
And you had to pay them?
Do what?
And she wanted you to pay them?
I don't know what she wanted. I didn't even mention it. I acted like I didn't get that text. But she sent me her tax letter saying that her taxes were overdue, and it says all kinds of stuff. I hadn't read it all, but she did. She did in December, and I have that, but I didn't show it. Yeah, that's true. She sent it to me, and I told her before. I told her before that I would pay her taxes if she'd get the stuff together and let me know how much it is, because she was really, really behind, and they could come and take her land and stuff, I guess. I don't know. And I was willing to do that. And I thought she was getting the stuff together and would eventually get it to me, but she didn't. But she did in December send me that that letter. And I was like, "Why are you showing me this after everything you've done? You're sending me a tax bill? Your tax bill?"
Yeah, but Blue Ridge, I do that too on Patreon. I'm like, oh my God, look at this. Check this out. It's not for them to pay it. But they're also not sending me $10,000 for fucking food. That's the difference. CYN paid for a lot of Randy's shit. So being that she paid for a lot of shit, sending her a bill makes sense. And that's just Randy. It's always been Randy.
Yeah, and I started to show that the other day when I went live with ATX, and I decided that was too personal. I wouldn't do it. I took it off. And she didn't show anything of the day because she couldn't, but I had that ready to go up there and decided not to do it. She wants to say that, Brandy doesn't even know what she's talking about when she says that. Randy sent me that bill or the tax letter in December, as far as early as last December. So shut the fuck up, Wendy.
All Randy used to have to do is mention she had a money problem and send it, and someone pay it. And Blue Ridge, those receipts were shown. I think it was Steph and TNT or somebody. Yes,
It was Diane. Diane.
Oh, Diane. It was on Diane's panel. All those payments were shown. All the groceries were shown. It was thousands. Thousands.
Money, but when she offered to pay your taxes, you said no. How is that? I don't understand. I thought all you cared about was Sin's money. So weird.
Clown. You clown.
Well, and the thing is hey, it'll be good for you to know, Sin, that guess what? We paid our taxes, and all we had to do was write a check. But
Why didn't you
know that? You know that.
What was that?
I mean, I got a letter from her. I mean, that text from her on the phone in December. So I guess they just paid it. Good for you, Randy. Bravo. Glad you're a grown adult paying your taxes. Well, you want to get damn gold medal?
Fucking crazy.
Taxes are done and paid for, honey. So you don't need to worry about that.
Yeah. I did bitch about my taxes to Sin. I bitched about my taxes to Sin. To everyone who knows me, we all bitched about our taxes. Absolutely.
I think everyone bitches about taxes. It's like a thing.
Yeah.
To those of us who pay taxes, it's a
She
thing.
can
We all bitch about them. Taxes.
Okay,
blow.
stop
We
it.
hate
Stop
them.
it. She has been bitching about her taxes. She has not paid her taxes in many years. I mean, I don't understand it, but you know, I remember even being in a live stream with Fraud when Fraud offered to pay her taxes. That's how far back. So there that is.
You mean Randy doesn't pay her taxes? What a shock. I am so shocked.
So again, Wendy doesn't know what she's talking about.
Of course she doesn't.
Think I came into this house for free, you're an idiot. But you're an idiot anyway.
She's an idiot, sweetheart. Yeah, you guys are going to get sick of this clip, but it's the only clip that I can think of to keep playing because this is who we're dealing with here. We're dealing with absolute morons. Listen.
So we don't have to know what we're talking about. That's not a requirement for this community.
This is drama community.
Yes.
Yeah. They don't have to know what they're talking about, which is obvious every time they start.
Just like you don't know what you're talking about, clown.
Thank you. I was going to say, you're the biggest fucking clown on here. You never know what you're talking about. You just run your mouth with little clips without giving full context. Bitch, sit down.
Are talking. So yes, yeah, my heart breaks for you, Wendy. I learned you're a liar, a lesbian, and you need a scooter to go to the bathroom. Yeah, that's not true. Prove that. Prove it, Sid. No. I've never used a scooter.
Let's stop it.
Ever.
Randy's the one that told me that she was on a scooter.
During health, a couple of years ago when I was having some health difficulties, I think some of you guys know about that. I've talked about it before on the channel. It's when my channel, took a very different direction. I'm definitely here to bitch about taxes. Thank you, Bitey Cat, and you're welcome to do so. Thank you.
When did Wendy's channel take a different direction?
Who knows? Good Lord.
That's what I want to know. Wendy's channel went a different direction. What? When she stopped talking about me? Like, what different direction did her channel take?
Who knows?
For being a member for 7 months. One of the options that my doctor was looking into, and I was looking into, was possibly some kind of a scooter to temporarily help with mobility and some other things because of my health. Never needed it, thankfully, and I've never used one ever. I certainly didn't need one to get around my own home. It was going to be for work because I had to, do things at work that it would be helpful, if I had some assistance. But I do not need a scooter to go to the bathroom. That's ridiculous. I do not, and if I did need a scooter, so what? True, yeah, that's true. Some people do need that, and what?
That's not the point.
That anything I've ever said about
the point is Randy told me about it.
I agree. And that's what Wendy's too dumb to grasp.
Yes. The point is Randy told me your secret. That's the point.
Exactly right. But Wendy's too dumb to see it or too codependent to see it, either or.
Right. Maybe we all have scooters. Why you jelly? Go get one. True. I don't. Yeah. Obviously, some people have mobility needs and they need help.
That has nothing to
I
do with
did
it,
not,
jackass.
thankfully.
Has nothing to do with that. Of course, people have to have. My son has had to have help a lot on scooters, in wheelchairs, the whole shebang. It's not about that, Wendy. It's about your buddy sitting right there, your best friend, telling me your secret. That's what it's about. That's what this is about. Don't pretend. She's sitting there making me look like, I'm someone making fun when my own son needs one. So, no, that don't work with me.
I love you, Babodi.
Right, Babodi. You're absolutely right.
And
right.
when they were looking at that possibility, Sin was my best friend. I shared that with Sin, and now it's turned into Wendy has to get in a scooter to use the bathroom. That's where it went. They were looking into a scooter for work.
Yes.
And it was a good thing.
Yeah, it was a good thing. Yeah, because it was going to help me, it was going to help me be able to do my job. But it turned out we didn't need it. Thankfully, I was fine. I got better. I'm fine. Thank you, Brittany.
But it's just the way that it got twisted into as a good news. Now it's being used as
right.
Yeah. ATX wasn't listening to her because she wanted to tell the story and spin it. In my opinion, Bendy.
Right. Yeah. No, and ATX doesn't get us any of the stories right anyway. Which I don't know if they're just lying or if Sin forgets, what we have proof of, because all of the stories that you told, which I love it. I mean, I love it. Every time you open your mouth, it's more, more ammo for us, frankly.
You haven't shown anything. Show it. Show proof. Show proof.
And I didn't think about that.
They just need someone to talk about.
Yeah, and it's me because, Randy put up a stream, put up a community post. She's done. Well, this would have, I'm done too. After today, after what I put out and needed to put out, I'm done too. These two are not worth the time of day to me. These two do nothing. The downfall of the DC is because of these two. They bullied and hammered people away from the DC. Both of them did. And now there's nothing left hardly of it because of these two, the bullying of these two right here.
I agree.
And, that's on them. But they can carry on with their little group of people. I hope they do. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care about any of them. I don't care about Randy. I don't care about none of the bullshit anymore after today. That was all I wanted was, to talk about the story that she lied and put out. That's, I wanted to clear my name.
Because, and is it in the, you don't know if it's in this clip. I was going to say, do they bring it up in this clip?
I'm not sure.
Let's finish. Hold on.
I'm not even really part of any of that, but I guess what you're saying. Hey, Emerald Girl. Good to see you. They are just genuinely stupid. That's what I think too. They really are just stupid. I mean, and now you've got a liar and a snake, and they're both dumb as rocks. So they cannot keep up with anything, which is beautiful. So we're gonna address some of the things that they brought up because we get to. I don't care what others think.
And Randy is a scholar. Get the fuck out of here, Wendy. You sound so stupid calling anybody else stupid or anyone else unintelligent or anyone else, all these things when prove to me where Randy or you are any smarter than Mandy ATX. Prove it. Because honestly, OneWen, I think you're a fucking moron. And you've proven that multiple times over.
Mandy,
After
MTX, ATX is not, she's very intelligent. And, you know, she's been really good to me. So they can shut the fuck up, both of them. They hate that. Randy hates that more than anything. She did not want me to be friends with ATX. She begged me not to. She didn't beg. She asked me, please never be friends with ATX, please. And I was like, you know, we're already talking. So, I mean, yeah. So there was that. That drives her crazy, and it drives, you know, Wendy crazy too. So
I agree, because then people will find out the truth. That is their biggest fear. Their biggest fear are people are going to find out the truth. And
absolutely, it's the reason I've got about 30 phone calls trying to stop this right now.
Not liking you for a while. I love you now. Oh, Charlie, you are so sweet. I love you too, by the way. You're great people. And see, that's the thing. Charlie has done something that ATX has never done, which is get to know me as a human.
Have you got to know ATX?
That, you know, you hear no, Asher's on my chip, and I can prove that too. I have the picture. I'll show it tonight. Thank you, Olivia, for reminding me. Don't let me forget. I'll show it. I'll show it today. So I can't show you all the details because it's all of my docs, but I'll show you the state since you know where she's registered, and you can see for yourself that it's not Indiana.
And I can also assure you, first of all, let me say, Charlie, they go for you because they want you to have, I don't know what they want. They want to break our friendship up. I don't know. I did hurt Charlie. I did. I apologized. We've moved on. We're friends. Get over it. We're friends.
Yeah, and probably, you know, go ahead, sorry.
Well, I mean, it's constant. Like, poor Charlie gets brought into every conversation.
I know, and they're very rude to her. It's disgusting.
Tell Charlie hey, stop. Can you stop?
Nasty. I think they're jealous.
Let's have Charlie stop coming in and going at me then. How about that? If she doesn't, if she's going to go at me, then I'm going to go back. I'm sorry, I will. And so will ATX. Anybody, I mean, that's just how it's going to be. Was I jealous of Randy and Charlie's friendship, or am I jealous of Randy? Get the fuck out of here. I don't care who this bitch is friends with. I don't care if she's friends with Bill Clinton. Shut the fuck up about that.
Because that's what they tell their people. That's what they embed in someone's what's up, 1 ton scooter? That's what they embed in these people's heads.
That I'm jealous of all these people that are friends with Randy. I could care less who Randy is friends with. I could care less what Randy is doing. I'm at a point where that's over with. I'm healed from that. I'm done with her. I'm done with the friendship. It's over. But it took me a year to heal. It took her half a day, and she was on a live stream going at me. So that should tell you guys who are friends with her, you think that she won't throw you under the bus the way she did me? She will. She will, as soon as she's done with you.
Watching from the bush has made an excellent point. Why would you be jealous of Randy's friendship with Charlie? Randy now has a new cash cow, and you can get to keep your savings in. It's a win-win. It's a good point.
It is a win-win. It is. My savings, that's what I said the other day. My savings account has really grown in the last year. I mean, seriously.
That's a good way to look at it. It really is.
It is. Yes, it is.
Let Charlie find out what a piece of shit Randy is. Not your problem.
Not mine. Not mine at all.
And let me say somebody, TX being a snake. You'll never hear me say she's not a snake. I just said she wasn't stupid. She's not an idiot, is what I said. Has nothing to do with her being a snake or not being a snake. So real snakes can't be stupid. Wendy is an idiot.
Yes.
Rude people.
And okay, so you covered the dog tag.
Well, I also want to call. The thing is about Asher, though, Asher's a girl. Can you please write that down?
Oh my God, this
Mandy?
is nonsense
Dummy?
right here. Can we get
The
past
dog
this?
is a girl.
Piece
She's
of
not a
shit?
boy.
No one.
Stop
This ain't
calling,
even worth
stop
listening to.
misgendering her.
Misgendering.
Stop it. Thank you.
And I know that this will be hard for you to believe, Mandy, but I have never sent Yaba a picture of myself in any way. You know what? You can be friends with someone without being attracted to them. Write that down,
Can you stop that?
because I know that's a hard one.
Can you, Randy? Because you've had at least one.
There goes a phone. Me neither, Yarn. She's dumb as fuck. All right, I'm gonna play this while we're waiting on Sin to come back.
For you too.
Right.
I love you too, Charlie.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay, so yeah, let's do the dog chip now while we're at it. Okay, so let me make sure that you can't see all my stuff. Let me open this in preview. Can I do that? Okay, here we go. All right, so here is. All right, here it is. Do you see this? Here is Asher. This is her tag number, which I'm not going to show you because you don't need to see it. This is on buddyid.com. It's a registry for your pets. It's for her chip. This is all my information right here. And here is the state. Can you see it down here? Let me see if I can zoom in.
Yeah, right. Nebraska, right there.
Yeah, Nebraska. It says Nebraska right there. You see it? All right.
I'll send you some, Deb. I'll send you some.
There's your proof right there. This is all my personal information. I'm not showing you that. Here's this. Clearly says Nebraska. And it's Asher. This is her tag number. I have her chip. It's under my name. Okay.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
And this goes for all the people in chat. Everyone's saying, oh, Asher's well taken care of. How do you know? Like, I'm just curious. How do you know? Because they put on a good front on YouTube. Let me remind you guys of, what's her name? The Family of 9. They had a good front on YouTube too. And they were getting the shit kicked out of them. So don't judge somebody on YouTube. And I'm not saying Wendy beats her dog. Don't get me wrong. But stop automatically assuming that what you see on YouTube is real. And what you see on YouTube is a real thing, because it's been proven over and over and over that these kids on YouTube are getting heavily abused, and you just don't know. No, I'm being honest, Tracy. You just don't know. Don't assume something because it looks right in front. And again, I'm not saying this about Wendy. I'm saying this about anybody. You just don't know what's going on once that camera goes off. So just, that's all I'm saying. Just don't assume.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, I can say, and as much as I can't stand Wendy, I feel like in my communications with her and hearing her talk about the dog, and even hearing the dog in the background and her playing with him and stuff, that Asher is taken care of. I believe so. Yeah, I would say Wendy takes very good care of Asher.
And I'm sure the dog is. I'm just saying in general, as a general
stop
rule,
believing everything you hear.
Yeah, as a general rule, don't assume what you see on camera is the way it is, because it's been proven these kids look like everything is great on camera and they live these perfect lives, and then they're fucking murdered in a suicide pact, or you find out they're locked in closets when they're not on camera. Even some of these dancers that you look on TikTok and they look like, they're just having fun, and you find out they're part of this cult. You just don't assume what you see on camera is real. That's
I
all
agree
I'm
with that.
saying.
But I just wanted to add that, you know, I do really believe, you know, that Asher's very well taken care of because Wendy is crazy about that dog. So
Okay. I've never watched one enough to know anything about a dog.
yeah.
Saying.
Stupid. There you go. Hopefully that puts that to rest. Nobody's scared of Sam and Yaba, dummies.
Asher gets, you know, vet checks and taken care of. You just can't do
Asher
that.
gets spoiled rotten. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
And I don't. If your dog is chipped to someone else, I don't think you can do a vet visit and all that stuff. They're going to think the dog is stolen. Dirt.
Yeah, no. I'm on her tag. She's mine. She's always been mine since she came to me. Please give up your entire story that somehow I'm worried that Sam is going to sneak up to my door.
Well, that's
and
because your
snatch
buddy
my
told
dog
me
away.
that.
That's not going to happen.
Can you stop? That's because Randy told me that Wendy was afraid to go up against Sam and Yaba because Asher still had a chip in her that belonged to Sam. She just got that chip changed, and this is a whole lie they're telling right here. She just got it changed, and she was worried about that. She was worried that Sam would try to get the dog back, and she loves the dog so much. That's what Randy told me.
She's had Asher for a couple of years already, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the dog is hers.
Yeah, the dog is hers.
Not, the dog is
100%.
hers.
I mean, 100%. But that's what Randy told me. That's the deal here. It's not about Asher or anything. It's about what Randy told me, and that's the only reason that has ever been put out. Because that's what Randy told me. So.
Okay.
Because it's the only gotcha they got.
I mean, it's probably a difficult concept for someone attracted to their cousin and someone apparently with a famous baby daddy to comprehend not being attracted to anything and everything. Okay?
Right there. Talking about, again, one of my children and who is their father and who is not. She has gone way past the limit that she ever needed to go. Does she think that's affecting only me when she talks like that? That's affecting my son too. She has she has just lost the plot when it comes to a boundary that she needs to set for herself and how far she's willing to go. She's willing to go that low because she hates me. And she wants me gone, obviously. But I'm not letting them run me off. No way. I'm not leaving, and I'm not letting them lie like they've been lying either. So there's that.
Exactly. Christina from Flint. Good to see you, friend. Yes, pour some sugar on me. Slides back out, middle fingers waving to stink box. Whew. Yes, Asher's living like a queen. She is a girl. But yeah, no, Asher is a girl. Sorry. Why does she care who's on her chip? I don't know. It is weirdo shit. Don't know.
All of this is.
I love it when they talk because like we can just prove them wrong every single time, just one by one. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you really proved us wrong.
Should we start with the disgusting story, the Sam and Yaba story, or the leading on women story? Because we're going to cover all three of those.
I feel like the disgusting story should just be left at what it is. You know what I mean?
Okay, we can be done with that.
I think that if y'all, again,
the disgusting story should just be left as it is. Yeah, I bet, Randy.
Don't come to my chats. Don't fuck with me at all. If you believe it, stay away from me. If you are undecided, stay away from me. It's that simple.
Yeah, it really is that simple. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a disgusting story.
Mm-hmm. Hey, burnt hot dog.
So,
and I've never asked one human in my life for $2,500.
Did you hear her total is now up to 20 grand?
20 grand.
my God. First it was 5,000, then it was 8,000. Now it's $20,000. Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's still not a stitch of proof. Not a stitch. No one has shown anything.
Stop it.
Or I've asked for a nickel. Show me, please.
Yeah, please show.
Please show me where I asked you.
Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where?
Sam,
Never.
here's what. Because she put up the picture of, because we were very close, and we would send memes back and forth of now I went blank about the movie, but she what is that movie that she put a meme up about where the sisters are doing
it was Me and You Will Never Part. The Color Purple.
The Color Purple. I know Purple.
Yeah.
But
that was
that's
creepy.
how
creepy meme. Did you hear did you read it?
Well, yes, I did read it, but I'm just, that was put up because that's what CYN and I used to say. We even had shirts that said it, because we were very close, and I did feel a sisterly connection to her at one time.
Yeah.
And believe me, if you want to believe that she went to any kind of therapy, believe it. But what I can promise,
Randy, you said that you could try to commit suicide. Give me a fucking break. These bitches are so fucking fake.
you is if she went to therapy over me, she wouldn't be on here talking about me.
Yeah, I didn't believe her at all.
Stop it for a second.
Sorry.
Randy called me after the supposed attempt and told me that her therapist said to call me. And then after that, Randy continued to talk about me on stream and in her secret little meetings that she has a mole in, and continued to talk about me. And then even blamed me for what she did to herself. That was my fault, she said. So don't talk about my therapy, Randy. You go to therapy, girl. You go to therapy. You're the one that needs it. When you want to blame your attempt on me and Diane, and you did, then you're not in therapy yourself. So don't talk about anyone else's therapy. And that's the truth.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't every time Randy called out she had some major issue, she's gonna relapse, her kids relapse, she needed therapy, she tried committing suicide, like every single time Randy gets called out, that she's got some major tragedy that happens. Randy,
Yes.
stop. Just fucking stop.
Don't believe it.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she can't find any receipts. Of course not. But so you're just supposed to take her. Yes, it did look like a threat. Exactly. It said it because it said at the bottom, "Me and you will never part." It's freaky. It looked like a whole threat.
People. Yeah, Shamat. She's really mad at Shamat. Are you mad because me and Shamat are so close? We are. Me, Shamat, and Olivia.
Can you stop it?
Aimer.
The Me and You Shall Never Part. We wore that on T-shirts. That's from the movie The Color Purple, one of our favorite movies. She knows this. And Wendy is acting like I'm being creepy. It came from the movie. We had T-shirts and mugs that said this. And Wendy is saying it's creepy.
Who is Shamat? I don't know who that is.
One of her followers, one of her friends that came into my comment section and was very rude. And so I got rude back. And Randy wants to make, she's my friend. You don't like her because, no, I don't like her because she's in my comment section saying horrible things. That's why I don't like her. Okay?
Box, I'm not. It's a long story.
We're going away. In how many days, Olivia?
Oh, happy birthday, Rosebud. Sorry,
Happy birthday.
Yesterday was my birthday, and it was the best day ever. Oh, Rosebud, I'm so happy to hear that. Happy birthday, darling.
And, so I know that's why CYN is upset with her.
How would I know
No,
that
she's
even? I don't have a
Yeah.
clue. I didn't have a
CYN
clue they were
sits
close.
up there and talks all sweet and kind and nice, and then you say something that she doesn't like, and bam, she turns into the most evil, snotty, nasty hag.
So
Can you
according
stop
to
it?
Wendy's theory, according to Wendy's theory, that you and Randy never had a disagreement, or you and Wendy never disagreed on anything for all the years that you are friends, because according to what Wendy just said, all you have to do is disagree with you once, and all hell breaks loose, and you turn into this horrible person.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. We had disagreements, yes. But I was never in a disagreement rude, or she will not be able to show where I was rude or a hag or anything else to her or to Randy. I was never like that with them two. Not once until they started the shit on me. Then I was. But not once in all these years will they be able to pull up a screen where I was snooty or I was rude and hateful or a bitch to either one of them. They won't be able to find it. It didn't happen. Now, we had disagreements, but I didn't, good grief. I just don't understand even why they're talking about this, like Shamat and the trip. I don't even know about any of that at all. I have no clue.
Did you hear onewen smear CYN because she gets angry for having to defend herself? That's narc behavior, onewen. Now, I don't even think onewen's a narc. I think she's just not that bright. I think she may be educationally smart. I don't think she has common sense. I've seen it multiple times. She just doesn't have common sense.
My God.
I
Very
have
crazy.
I've made sure now that the only people that are around me, 21 days we're leaving, the only people who are around me, I can fully trust. They're not.
Can I throw up now? But let me also say, I do have a question.
Okay.
Why doesn't Randy take a flight to California and go see onewen?
You got me. Why don't she?
Why
don't onewen get on the flight and come see Randy?
Well, because I think she's too big.
That could be. I think that's probably a part of it.
But why doesn't Randy go see onewen?
I don't know.
I mean, all this time, you would think that they would want to spend a couple of days together, go shopping, do stuff. Why not go see her?
Well, I offered to take Randy on that trip, to be honest. And it just was no. So
these people need to get out more. That's all I got to say.
Not lying to me about anything in their life.
Right. Right.
You quit saying that. There's so much I could leave it alone. Leave it alone. I mean, about just personal. I don't know what to say. I'm just so mad.
Brantley, thank you so much for your super chat. The bringing up of the gay stuff all the time is very telling. I'll keep that there. It's strange, but telling. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. ATX gave CYN her grocery list. Yeah, and you know what never happened? Randy never asked CYN to buy groceries for anybody. Right?
No.
Okay, I want to address this. I have addressed this before, and I'm going to address it again. I am so fucking sick and tired of hearing this bullshit. Well, she never asked. Did she take the money? Yes, she did. Don't give me this, oh, she didn't ask. It doesn't matter if someone asks or not. If someone's doing that favor for you, then fucking be happy about it. Be thankful about it. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth and be like, Well, she never asked for it. She never asked for it. She just gave it to me. So therefore, I don't have to be nice about bullshit. Total fucking bullshit. And I'm so tired of hearing that
She
excuse
sent me
from
grocery list that I showed a few.
Right.
She just did it.
There you
Yeah.
go. If someone sends you a grocery list, that's kind of a given. I'll send you a grocery list, Cindy. Send. We got gluten-free. We got a whole bunch of stuff that has to be bought. Are we talking about 2,500? Where's the proof? No, I think she showed receipts for. I think it was more than that. I'm pretty sure it was more than that.
Yeah, I showed receipts for over $8,000. I could not get.
I don't care if it's fucking at $500. The point is, someone from YouTube is fucking sending you groceries. That's a problem in itself. That is an absolute problem in itself. You want to donate, super chat, PayPals, send money, buy candles, whatever. That's different. But to fucking just here's grocery money, that's fucking weird.
Well, it might be weird, but what I'm saying is we were friends offline. We met each other 3 times. We were close. We were on the phone 24/7. Yeah, it was weird. What was weird about it was that I allowed myself to be manipulated by her into all of this for so long. I had to be in therapy for that, not because of the loss of Randy, but I had to understand why I allowed this to happen to myself. Why I allowed myself to be manipulated and used. I needed to find that out. Plain and simple.
It's fucked up.
Now, and see, I noticed that like little things that happened, she pretends, okay, that it happened all the time. Okay. One time, she had sent stuff to my house. Oh, amen, Sandy Law. And told me about this soup. And absolutely, we were talking on the phone like we always did anyway. And she was helping me make a soup. That happened one time. But to hear her tell it,
That's a lie.
That's not, that was all the time. That's what I did for Randy. That's what I did. Well, I gave you recipes too. Did you tell him that?
Right.
I sent you gifts too. Did you tell him that? I loved you too. Did you tell him that?
Yeah. Now all of a sudden her theory is that you've always hated her. Because, and where somebody find the clip, holding a picture over her head. All we've said is that, we have pictures too. But am I supposed to feel sorry for you because you have a picture that doesn't look so flattering? Am I supposed to feel sorry for you for that picture?
Can you stop it, please?
I mean,
the picture thing they did held over my head and even mentioned it the time before that they went live. She had threatened to put it out. So I decided to put it out myself. It was during a time when I had, when I was visiting her, we were on a trip together and I didn't want to come because I was in the middle of having my teeth fixed and having, some different things done, implants in the back to see if they would hold. My front tooth from being ill I had fallen and broken it, but it was so, I fell, but my teeth were so brittle, it broke my tooth out. So I was in the middle of doing all this. And she was like, I wanted you to come anyway. Your teeth don't matter. But there was a picture taken showing, my front tooth missing. And she held that and she had it and she held it over my head saying she was going to show it. So I showed it myself on my community post. I'm tired of her holding stuff over my head. That's what happened with that.
At least you knew somebody was taking your picture. Randy didn't even know somebody was taking her picture.
Right. He was standing in front of us taking pictures.
Mm-mm.
Did she really just say that was an excuse?
Yeah, that's an excuse. I mean, she was supposed to be taking one picture And then she just kept flashing and flashing and got that picture. But the picture that she's talking about that ATX put up that shows her, you know, a little bit, you know, and not a good light. She didn't like the way she looked. I took that picture, but it wasn't behind her back. She was talking to a guy who was in prison there, and she had mentioned she was wanting to do a series on her channel about her visit to this prison that we were at. There was the guy there who had been in the prison. She was talking to him. I took a picture trying to get them two together so that she would have that and she could show him. That's what I was trying to do for her. It wasn't anything. I loved her at that point. I wouldn't have done anything to hurt her like that. It was not malicious at all. Now, you know, I mean, it wasn't.
You knew that. You're acting like, and she,
Right.
matter of fact, she was taking them on Cynthia's phone. Those pictures weren't even taken on. She gave Amy the phone to take the pictures with.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what.
As far as Randy
That's not
hanging all
true.
over CYN, have you not seen the other pictures where CYN, Randy can't beat her off with a stick.
Look,
Hanging all over her, slobbering all over her. It's disgusting.
I can show it. I can show where, because in that picture, what you see was I was laughing really hard. I was getting up. I was beside CYN, nowhere on her, but I can show you a picture where I'm all the way over to the side table next to the bed, and she's almost in my lap.
Yep. Yeah, that's the picture I was talking about.
Yeah.
There's no teeth. There's no teeth showing in that picture.
No.
I wasn't saying anything about you or your teeth. I don't give a fuck about your teeth. Some people have teeth issues. Although I think it's interesting that you told ATX that you lost your tooth because your illness, but you told everybody else that you lost your tooth because you fell. So which is it?
Right.
Why
That's
does
weird.
this shit even matter right here?
That's weird. How did you? I mean,
why are they so big on this picture, that picture? We were all three of us were sitting on a bed. Amy was on one side, I was in the middle, and had drunk 2 bottles of wine. So if she's got a picture of me laying on her, she might, because I was drunk as a cooter brown, and she wants to show that picture. Randy, you're more than welcome to show it, hon. The picture that was shown that I put up was of me helping Randy up. We were both laughing. I mean, we were both drunk. This is not a big deal right here. What we're even talking about, it's not a big deal. Now, them holding the picture over my head of my tooth, that's exactly what Randy was holding over my head. Not anything else. I've never seen the picture she's talking about of me laying all over her. I've never seen that picture. So I don't know what she's talking about. But the picture about the tooth, that's what Randy was holding over my head. Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome back, Alyssa. I got to add you on the board. Hold on. All right, this has a minute left, so let's finish this out.
It's not my business. I don't care. You don't have to tell me, but it's just interesting that you've told different people different parts of that story. Let me guess. You fell because of your illness. Let me guess. Right? Is that what happened? That must be what happened. There you go. I fixed it for you.
Yeah.
Isn't that hilarious?
She said, and I told Randy about my teeth, and she said, exactly. It didn't matter. It still doesn't matter. I don't care if somebody has all their teeth or none of their teeth. That's never been important to me. I also don't care if you're heavy or if you're thin. That's never been important to me. How you treat me is important to me.
100%.
But apparently at the time, even though I was good to you, you can lie all you want, act like it was one-sided, blah, blah, blah. I was good to you. And you were behind my back taking pictures.
How did I know by the end of this, Randy was going to become a victim? How did I know?
I was
I
not
didn't know
behind
that.
her back taking pictures. It was a picture, like I just said, of her and that man she was talking to that had been in the prison, and Randy was going to do a live stream about. That's what that picture was about. So, she's a liar. That's a lie, complete lie. I was not behind her back taking a picture.
I just knew by the end of this, Randy
Yeah,
was going to be a victim.
of
I,
course,
I,
of
I
course.
was surprised it took 20 minutes to get there.
Yeah,
But I'm like,
yeah,
somehow in this, Randy's going to turn around and be a victim. I just know it.
yeah. And Wendy laughing about my illness and falling. That's hilarious, right?
Because I gained weight.
Yes. And then passing them around to all the people that don't like you, so they could put them out. And
Right.
and I'm somehow supposed to feel sorry for you because you felt forced to put out your own bad picture. Nope, I don't care.
I don't want you feeling sorry for me, jackass. Is that done?
That's it. That's all she wrote, folks.
Well, I would never want that jackass feeling sorry for me. I put my picture out because I was taking my power back from Randy holding it over my head. And she did. She said it several times on several different live streams that she was willing to put that photo out. So I put it out first. And Cosmic, thank you. The thing about the necklace, telling everyone, just jumping up there that I'm a thief and that I stole a necklace. Are you serious right now? I didn't need to steal anything from her. Not ever. Especially a necklace. One that I would not be interested in, by the way. It's a nice necklace for some people, but it's not my style. I don't wear stuff like that. It's got a Bible, in it. You can look in there and see the full Bible or something. I don't know. So, it was a nice gift. Charlie sent it to her, but I certainly would not steal her necklace. Randy told me she lost that necklace months before that trip. It was not even on that trip. There are pictures of her. She says she had it and had it on. There are pictures that we had. It was not on her neck. I never saw the necklace. But she got up there and said I was a thief. It was a lie, and that was a lie. So, and she had to take it back. But that's the kind of stuff we're dealing with them.
Yeah,
But like I said, the main story here for me, no matter what.
Hang on. Crystal brought up a really good point that it's one thing I'm surprised nobody went after her for. Someone that's buying you groceries and spending money is not going to steal a fucking necklace from you. It doesn't make any sense. Did anyone bring that up?
And that's what I said to her. I said, why? I don't need to steal a necklace from you. If I wanted that necklace, I'd go buy it myself. And she said, you stole it because you're jealous of Charlie. What? I was
does Randy have close friends with anyone who doesn't give her a lot of money?
She usually just skips from, wealthy friend to wealthy friend. I mean, I'm not overly wealthy, but I mean, there was Diane, there was me, both of us did a lot for her. So, and then, I don't know if she had a friend before that, someone I don't want to discuss, but, that is a sneak and a snake sneaking around on TikToks, taking pictures and giving it to Randy. But anyway, she had money too. So every friend she's had, close friend, has had money. Yes.
It just seems
since I've been around.
It just seems that way though. She doesn't talk to anybody. She doesn't talk. She's not close friends with anyone that doesn't give her money.
No, true. Very true. Yeah, that's true. But the real main thing was the storyline about Jim, and I wanted that out there, and wanted people to understand I did not make that up. I would not have made that up for several different reasons. But after this, I'm done. They can throw back and do whatever, show whatever old stuff they want to pull up from 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Just do it. Just get it all out and get it done and over with. Throw it at me. I'm willing, just throw it at me. I'm done here. I will not respond to anything else they have to say. What I put on the that Diane knew the story too. She'd been told the story too. That's all people, need to understand in that situation. But I'm done here. Randy says she's in a good place, yet she's on here, bullying people and doing all that kind of stuff. Well, go on with your bad self. But
wait, I got interrupted for 1 second. Audrey,
okay.
are you still here? You want to talk about weird and creepy? I put in onewen YouTube, and the first thing that comes up is onewen all about Laura. That's fucking creepy. Like, that's super creepy. That just tells you onewen's YouTube is all about me. Think about that. All I did was put in onewen YouTube, and the first thing that pops up is onewen all about Laura. That's fucking creepy as hell. So next time you want to talk about something that's creepy, or talk about anyone, take a look at your own backyard, because this is as creepy as it fucking gets. Just saying. I'm telling you, she does, Mandy. I never even saw that before just now. I was just pulling up her account because I was going to show how many videos she has of me when she allegedly doesn't watch me. She allegedly hates me. She's got like 80 fucking videos of me from like 5 years ago. But right here is creepy as hell. Creepy as hell. That I am the very first thing that pops up under her channel.
Yeah.
That needs to be.
She's got a major hard on for you. You should know that. Yeah.
Oh, I know she does.
Yeah.
I can't stand her. I never
That's
could.
been going on for years and years now.
Yep. And I know they're gonna. I know it. Honestly, I know she got wet. That I even talking about her. She's probably calling Randy. Oh, we got to talk about Laura now. We got to go after Laura. Let me make this clear. Randy, Wendy, you're one and done. You can make videos about me. You won't get a response from me. I'm not playing your fucking stupid little games. I don't give a fuck about either one of you. I wanted to find out what was going on based on what a hypocrite Wendy is, and you guys can have fun all day. Don't give a fuck. Grow my channel. Be my guest.
I feel the same. I got out what I needed to get out. I put up what I needed to put up, and they can do what they want to do. Just do what they want to do. Throw stuff at me. Go ahead and get everything out. Things that I need to apologize, I might get on my community page and apologize for. If they want to throw ugly stuff out, they can. But I'm done here with this, and I will be in any chat I want to be in. You're not running me off. I will go to any chat I want to. If I want to be in Laura's, and I probably will now, as a matter of fact, I will be in ATX's. I will be in Truth's. You're not going to stop me from being here. You're just not. I won't allow you to.
Hell no. Don't let them. Fuck them.
No.
I'm going to send you grocery list every week, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to make it public so Randy knows that I am sending you grocery list. We're going to make them $2,000 a week. And I'm going to show everyone how you bought them every single week. We got $2,000 worth of groceries. And Randy's going to be so mad. Randy's going to be like, oh my God, she never sent me that much. Believe me, we got this. We got this. Nah, seriously though, fuck her and the horse she rode in on.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with her. And I have been for a while, but I had to get this part off, my chest. I didn't want it, weighing heavy on me that people would actually think I would make that up. And now people can draw their own conclusions, and that's fine. But, at least that she told the same story to Diane. And I have proof of that, and I put it up, and you put it up. So thank you.
You're welcome. And
I appreciate it.
Yarn, you don't remember the story a couple of years ago? I told people I was going through something pretty tough, and my Patreons thought that I was like hurting for money. And I mean, I was, but it's not something I would ever say publicly.
Yeah.
But they thought like my kids weren't eating. And they were like, do you think Laura needs money? You think Laura needs food? I'm like, guys, if it was that bad, I would fucking ask.
Right.
But I said, it's not that bad. But yeah, so you don't have to worry about that, Yarn. But seriously though, I can't. I mean, you're an adult, and I had younger kids at the time, but you're an adult. Fucking figure out how to buy food. Like, I don't know. It's I just
she
think,
says now she didn't want to hurt my feelings and tell me to stop sending it.
of course she didn't, because she took advantage of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 100%.
What the fuck? Are you fucking serious? Now I know why you support Wendy. It's like around here, you can't even make a fucking joke. Literally, you can't make a fucking joke without some idiot taking you seriously. Unfucking believable.
What'd they say? I can't see.
They said, oh, now you sound like you're dry begging. This will bite you. Like, are you really this fucking dumb? Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yep. It is. I mean, this whole story is unbelievable. The whole situation is. And some good things that came out of the whole situation is that I'm not being used anymore. I'm not, Randy, I actually, in the last 2 months, it's been like 100 pounds was lifted, to be honest. And so it took me a while to heal. I wanted to fix this and, move on and enjoy myself in the chats if I want to. So, because I'm not leaving. That's what they want. That's the bottom line here. For me to leave and seek, treatment and help and, just stupid shit that they have said. So, yeah.
She's the one that's claiming she has all this mental health issues.
Right.
She's the one that claims it all the time.
Right.
So, and I'm not saying that as a down. I'm not saying that to bash her. But the reality is she's the one that always says it.
Right.
Yeah, I
She
can't
always say it.
Call it as I see it. I unblock people and I still can't see them. So that speaks volumes. They must have me blocked.
Well, I'm fixing to have to get off here. And listen, you have me on. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry about all the phone calls. That was them. I can't prove that, of course, because it says no caller ID when it called in. But there's probably 25 calls on me. And so they wanted to stop this. And then I blocked that. And they haven't called back. So, I don't know. But anyway.
You should just block their numbers. That's what I would do. I would just block their numbers. It's run off again. I really only expected this to be like an hour. I didn't expect it to be 2.5 hours. I hope you guys feel like we got something accomplished. See, the one good thing about me is I don't give a fuck. That's what people need to realize. I just don't give a fuck. And maybe that's not a great thing, but I just don't. Block anyone who's calling over and over. I agree, Jenny. Jenny, did you understand it a little more once it was explained? I agree with that, lies they tell. I know, right, Cosmic? Can I still call you Cosmo? It doesn't feel right calling you Cosmic. Because you've always been Cosmo. Oh. And I also don't know why Diane can't confirm CYN's story. Does that mean Diane is secretly talking to Randy again? And she doesn't want to hurt Randy? Because that's what it seems like. Thanks, What the Fox. But Jonice is dead. And Jonice was a very forgiving person. So if you choose to bring up the Jonice thing, I'm going to slam it in your face. Just saying. Jonice would have forgiven anybody.
She did forgive me.
I know, but someone brought up a point. My point was that Jonice would forgive anybody.
Yeah.
Why so salty? Because I don't like stupid people. And to bring up Jonice, period, says more about you than it does about something that was said while she was alive. But I understand that that's how you are. So Jonice was very forgiving. And I'm sure Jonice has reincarnated into a new person already. And then the world is going to have another Jonice. But What the Fox, it doesn't matter. She's passed. She's moved on. Whatever something was said and then they die, it's done. Everything's over. Hey, Junebug. You can unsub after Junebug.
Mom,
Sorry. What?
Sage said answer the phone.
What?
Sage said answer the phone.
Why is she bothering me?
I don't know.
Hang on.
Okay.
But I'm live. What? You're breaking up. You're totally breaking up. Why would Diane be talking about the story of March? She just said something 2 days ago. At least Sin got forgiveness. Wendy and Randy can't say the same. Good point, Cosmic. Shortly. IBF, I don't know, but it was.
I can talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
I was told by a friend in April that Diane knew, and by a text from a friend who told me that Diane knew the story, had been told the same story, and so it's nothing new that Diane knew. I mean, she's known, and so I came back in July because to talk about this, because I had to come back because they were over in my TikToks, taking my TikToks and reverse imaging stuff. And so while I was here talking about that, I decided to go ahead and bring up that Diane knew that story and had heard the same story from Randy. So I could clear my name of making up that story.
Okay, but Sin also can't speak for Diane. So you're asking, Elf, you're asking Sin to speak for Diane. She can't. She doesn't know why Diane didn't come forward until July. We don't know. That's for Diane, not for Sin.
I wasn't texting Diane in March. It was a friend sitting in on a voice chat that some people in the voice chat wanted me to know that Diane had been told the same story. I didn't come back for a while because I was in a bad place and didn't feel like I could.
Now, I can confirm that happened in a Discord that I'm in. Like, that's legit. Just so you know.
Oh, the info that what she's talking, I see what IBL is saying. That's DMs from IBF, that's a DM from Discord. That's not a text.
Mom,
What?
who does the most chores in this house?
What?
I said, who does the most in this house, me or Dathan?
You?
Exactly. Dane says, oh, he does everything. So I told him, I was like, you mow the entire lawn. I've been doing everything for him. I told him, I was like, the way he can repay me back is to mow the entire lawn rather than me having him pay me for gas.
Okay.
But he's like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. He's like, shut up. He was like, I do everything. I was like, I'm doing chores after chores. I'm like, bro.
What do you mean, IBF? I did answer Diane. Yeah, it was. I came back and answered her. Why wouldn't I?
Well, thanks for being here, Yarn. What's up? What's up, Fluffy? Good night, Jenny. Jenny, how are your candles, by the way? I meant to ask you. Give me that sock. Stop eating socks.
And let's talk about this right here. This Jess Fletch just asked a question. I mean, can we talk about this for a second?
Sure.
Okay. I had put a house in the Discord that we made a bid on, and I really thought we were going to get that house. And so I put it in there. I was very happy about it. Well, it come back. We didn't get it. So we made a bid on a house somewhere else. The same builder. This almost the same, exact same house, as a matter of fact, except for it's a little larger. Aimer Framer, shut the fuck up, you goofy bitch. Anyway, the house is a little larger. It's somewhere I will not ever tell anyone. And because Wendy went look real life on me trying to look up my house. She got on Zillow, all kinds of stuff looking for my house. Now that's some bullshit right there.
That sock.
Aimer, you don't know anything. You know nothing but what Randy has told you. And Bam, there was a lot going on with that story since Bam has passed away. I will not get into it, and you shouldn't either.
I know.
I have a lot of things I could show with that situation, but I won't because Bam has passed. So
I don't know why
come in here and bring
people.
her up.
Guys, stop bringing up dead people. They can't defend themselves. So please stop. I remember Bam.
Yeah. I was close with Bam at one time. And Amber knows it. And there was a lot going on with Bam. Me and her friendship broke up. And she got on Randy's panel when Randy was dragging about my son and told a bunch of stuff that some was true, some was not. But I'm not going to, I want you to don't bring Bam up again to me. Just don't.
Nobody should bring up anybody that's no longer here. It's ridiculous. Stop bringing up dead people. You can't defend.
I loved her, and things went bad between us. So you bringing her up is disgusting. Really disgusting, Aimer. That you'd come in here and put that in my face.
Agreed.
And trust me, your time's coming with Randy. Just wait a few years.
It's just the way it is.
It is. It is.
But I am going to end this because I've been on almost 3 hours and I got to take care of the dog.
Yeah, I got a lot to do too. So listen, I appreciate you so much. I really do.
Absolutely.
And I will be in your chat. I will show support. I will be there.
Right. We'll be here.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye. All right, guys, I have to get out of here. I didn't realize I was on so long. And all right. So again, this was a one and done. I don't give a flying fuck about Randy. I'm in a Discord with CYN and a couple of others, wanted to know what was going on. So I, popped in voice, hey, what's going on? Heard what was happening, and that's how I ended up here. CYN did not seek me out. It wasn't about Randy haters. It wasn't about, let me seek out Laura. I actually asked her and offered my channel, hey, if you want to talk about them, I'll give you a platform. So that's how we ended up here. So I don't want that to be mistaken or misstrued or anything. So of course she is, Jess, and she's going to be a victim. And then I thought Wendy worked, though. I don't understand how Wendy has a job if she's always online in the middle of the day. Just saying. So, but like I said, I'm not watching Randy. I don't give a fuck what Randy's got to say. This was a one and done. And I see in all these years, though, nothing has changed. Randy has not changed. Perpetual victim like some other people we know. And it never ends. So, but it is nice, though. Old school OG drama community is way different than all these new drama people. These new drama people, a lot of them don't have two peas in their brain to even formulate anything. At least with the OG drama, most people are kind of intelligent. Maybe it's because we're older. I don't know. But some of the things, some of the comments and some of the people in the new quote unquote drama are dumber than a fucking box of rocks. And you see their comments and you just like cringe at how fucking stupid they are. So it's nice, even haters. Yeah, even haters in OG drama, at least they're more intelligent. They speak English right. Like, just a lot of things. I can't explain it, but all right. I will see you beautiful people later. CYN, I'm glad you got your voice told, and I hope everybody understood it a little more who may not have understood it. And that's it. All right. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Peace.